ask the same question to CD. Fourth quarter and overtime, you, CD, George, went on the heater. Just talk about how you guys can build on that going into Chicago and just for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of work's paid off. Obviously, going back from the off season, started back in April, I guess. Carried over, obviously, to OTAs and all that, and then the time we got together in the summer. All that's been quality. Obviously, then you get into training camp. We're just a lot of banked reps, a lot of trust in those guys. I mean, you see it thrown into some of the coverages and windows I was. That doesn't happen without trusting those guys are going to go make those plays, and they're going to be right where they were back in the spring when you were working on this type of stuff. So, I'm not going to put any limitations on those two guys and the connection and what we can do. It's just a matter of, when teams are playing, that's kind of how those guys were. In that back end, other guys got to step up, and make some plays, and they did. And that's just the importance of that receiver group and just the way that we're trying to attack.
You surprised at being
was the epitome of that trust to throw to Ferg to set up the field goal at the end of regulation?
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about it. That was the prime example of a play with a lot of banked reps at it. Him understanding the team, understanding the situation, being coached hard at it, and us executing.
What do you expect when you go up against a Dennis Allen defense?
Fortunately, it's his first year there, right? And I don't think they're going to be as multiple as they were in his time in New Orleans. But you've got to be ready for all of that, right? It's a great defensive coordinator. Guy's been around this league a long time, had a lot of success, put together great defenses year after year. So just being ready for a little bit of everything, honestly, whether it's pressure, whether it's every coverage in the book. Just knowing that we've got to play to our strengths. We got to play and do plays that we're comfortable at, and just attack these guys, starting with us being the attackers.
You look very confident when you're playing right now. Is this as confident as you've ever been?
Yeah, most definitely. I'd just say it's the experience on top of all the work. Everything, all of that adding up, compounding, really. Just the years of playing this game and seeing defenses, and when you've got guys like CD, right, in his prime, and then you've got a guy like George that we're able to add, two elite guys with the rest of the crew, Ferg, a great run game. It's hard not to be.
Have you thrown it better than you're throwing it right now? The big-time throws?
I don't know. I mean, I've always felt like I could throw it.
You're surprised you're in sync this fast and this well so early?
No, not necessarily. As I've just alluded to, it comes from the work. I mean, going back into the spring. These guys, right, being committed, everybody in this building being committed to getting better day after day, and you're just seeing a lot of that pay off. But the last thing anybody is going to be is complacent or say, hey, we're good to where we're at. We can just keep riding this wave, not by any means. There's meat left out on the bone. There's a lot of plays out there that we can make. And when you're hungry like these guys are, all of us are, you want to make every play.
Yeah, I was saying, is it scary to think of how much better you can get if you're doing this early? I mean, the more time on task and you're really getting in a zone with pick, how much better can y'all be?
Yeah, who knows? Like I said, I'm not going to put any limitations on it. We can be very explosive. It's going to be a fun offense to play in as we just continue to be multiple, as we continue to marry, right, the run game with the pass game, get those actions going even more. It can be scary.
Has it gotten to the point where you're just expecting CeeDee Lamb to get doubled often?
For the most part, yeah, particularly right on third downs, even some normal D&Ds when they play man. I don't know how you can feel comfortable playing man-to-man with one guy on him, especially with the way that we have tacked. As we've shown we've been able to beat with two guys on it. So, most definitely. And then even as I said, in the back end of that game, it felt like they were doubling him and George.
When people ask about Brock Hoffman, it's about his demeanor and feistiness and the like, but one thing Shotty said today was the command he has of the group. Can you speak to that in terms of, this is a guy, he's got a few years in the league, but not that much playing time, and just how much unusual that may be for a guy who's a backup to have that kind of temperament and command and confidence?
Yeah, he definitely has the command, definitely has the confidence. I think if anything, this is where he thrives. Like getting his number called. Obviously, he was able to compete for it last year. Didn't quite go his way, and when his number's called, that's where he wants to be. He wants to be on the field, in between the lines. As you said, the feistiness. He's a boxer. He plays with one hell of a mentality. He's out there to protect his brothers. He's out there to be the aggressor, and that's what's natural for him to set the tone. And he's just a very natural leader. You watch him around here, watch him getting the guys to the meetings, from the meetings, whether they're all eating together. he's kind of the ringmaster of that group.
He also said that he prepares every game like he's going to be
For sure.
the center. Even last year, whether he was playing guard or not, he prepared like the center. How much easier is that going to make the communication that you guys have to have?
I have no hesitation in Brock Hoffman being center, or honestly never have, and I think that's just from the day that he's come in, the way that he's approached. What you're saying is him preparing every day to be the center. Is any time he's had to come in and do that, whether it be game, whether it be practice, training camp reps, whatever it is, especially from the communication and the command, not a beat is ever missed. So super confident.
When you have Troy Aikman said on the ticket that he hopes you win more Super Bowls than he and Roger combined. That's how much he appreciates what
I got to get going then. I don't know if I got that much, I don't know if I got that many years left, but I got to win now.
mentorship, friendship, whatever you want to call it, just their support.
Oh, yeah, having Roger and Troy support means the world, honestly. Super grateful to be the quarterback of this organization, understanding those who've come before me. And then obviously, right, years ago, getting to meet them, and then now, right, doing galas with them, getting to hang out with these men, to be able to call them friends, as you said, and knowing they've supported me and have let me know that from the beginning, means the world. Super thankful for them, and yeah, I want to do exactly what he says, but like I said, I got to get started now.
What sort of competitive advantages there, if any, with Flus and Sanborn on the team and going back to Chicago, and maybe what intel they might be able to give you on some of their personnel?
Yeah, I can't give you that intel, right? I mean, then they're going to know everything we know. It's definitely helpful. At the end of the day, though, right, it's a new coordinator over there, new system. As much as anything, maybe just about the players that are there and kind of their body types and the way that they play, rally the ball, the way that they play coverage, just little nuances like that.
When you look back at the growth of your play over the years, have you found that there's like times where it kind of plateaus or stops, and then there's like breakthrough moments?
One more time?
Like
during the season or my career?
over your career.
I mean, I don't know if I've went back and looked at it like that. My objective every day is to get better. Get better in some aspect of my game, if not every aspect of it, and that's how it's been since I was a little boy. So I don't do a lot of reflecting, I guess you can say. I know there's just been growth consistently. And to get me to where I am now, I'm thankful for everything, the good, the bad, and everything in between that I've been through that's gotten me to this exact place.
I guess maybe more what I'm getting at is like, are there breakthrough moments that you feel sometimes when you're trying to work on something in your game?
I mean, I think just the longer you do this, things just kind of pop out, you know what I mean? And yeah, you recognize things faster. That's just through experience. So, you know, during my time last year being hurt, that was definitely a breakthrough, and just the way that the game's called, right? Seeing the game from that perspective, and the way that you want to attack defenses, or just the little nuances in what's the coordinator doing, or are they switching out the D line up front, right, to changing plays? That I think just that allowed me to get a different perspective. So once again, just always trying to better myself and better my game every chance that I get.
How much passed Tony Romo for second all time in pass completions? A win this weekend would tie you with Tony for third most wins by a quarterback in franchise history. I know your objective is to get wins in the win column, but you ever take a moment just to reflect on those milestones for your career personally?
Not necessarily, and I think for the main reasons I'm not anywhere in my mind close to being done. You know, if that was on the forefront of my mind, I may look up, dang, what else do I need, or, you know, what do I need to get to, but that's not on my mind by any means, never really has been. I don't know if it ever will be, to be honest with you. I just stay present, stay where I am. Records, all those type of things, they're meant to be broken. I'm just the next man up, and as I said, just trying to be the best that I can, and I know if I do that, I'll have a good chance at all of them.
You open talking about your comfort and your experience, and you know how you feel good to start. How much is Shotty a part of that? Because the relationship you guys had, the similar offense, does that allow you to come in and be comfortable?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, getting into year 10, I don't know if I'd have the same comfort level if we switched the whole offense up and said this is the kind of style we're going to go with versus what we've been doing, or what I've had strengths at. And so Shotty's a huge part of it, calling plays, and him knowing my strengths, my weaknesses, things that wanting to work on, challenge me to work on those things that allow our game plan to open up, and then calling things to my strength. Not only mine, just the rest of these players in here. And so I think just to your point of him being here in these past years, he knows the locker room, and he knows these guys' strength, and he knows how the season goes and honestly, how many of us react and change up through the season. So I think that's a huge part of it.
Do you feel like you have to remain patient as the offensive leader as this defense continues to evolve with a new coordinator, new players still coming in, Clowney 1 week, Kenny Clark earlier in the year, Micah being traded, injuries to Bland, like a lot of upheaval on defense, much more consistency on offense, it seems like.
I mean, I don't know if patience is the word rather than having their back. That other unit over there, right, whether it's growing pains or whatever it is, I've got a lot of confidence in them for one. I mean, I practice against them often. I think for one, they've just got to communicate, and I think you'll see a lot of those big plays lessen immediately with just pure communication. So for me, it's just about continuing to do what we do on offense and trusting to those guys. Starting with Flus down, are going to get it right. And when that happens, to Clarence's point, it should be scary.
Dak, far more often than not in your career with the Cowboys, you've had a strong two elite running game. Zeke and Tony. Last year, struggled on the ground to get things moving. This year, Javonte in the rushing attack is one of the best in the league. Just talk about the value of having that and what it does for the passing attack.
Yeah, it's everything. Everyone likes the passes, likes the pretty plays and the pretty throws, but football's one up front and it's one in the run game. When you can dominate there, all the passes, everything comes off of that's the second part. But the fastball for almost every team in this league is running the ball. And when you've got a line like we've got, growing young guys who are confident, and a back like Tay, we're just going to keep getting better at it each and every week, and that's just going to allow the offense to be more open.
Dak, you met with the defensive coaches and Flus this week. Did you get any sense of extra juice or anything, just knowing the way everything ended with them last year in Chicago?
I mean, I don't know necessarily. We've had him sit down, me and Flus and those guys. It's kind of just been right hallway talk of figuring things out about those players over there. But knowing Flus, spending time with Flus here before he went on his journey to Indy, and then to be the head coach there, and then having him back, me and Flus just naturally talk over golf and over life. That's a guy that, I want to make sure he goes out there and get a win. Don't need a lot of extra motivation. Want to get a win regardless, selfishly and, for the team. And I think when it happens, that would be a good sense for, a game ball, or just make sure that the rest of the guys understand how great of a win it is for Flus.
Jake would say that you guys every now and then will mess around kicking field goals.
I don't know what Jake's talking about. Jake.
How hard is that? Considering what Aubrey's doing, right? I mean, is it harder than...
Yeah, I'm not qualified for it. I can't even talk about it. He's amazing at what he does. Aubrey is very, very special. I'm so blessed to have him. Jake, on the other hand, is a funny guy.
Said he can drop 10 yards. What's your longest?
Not 10. Not 10. No, not 10.
What do you think about his mailman nickname?
I ain't tried.
Okay. What do you think about his mailman nickname for you?
Who's that?
Jake, calling you the mailman.
Oh yeah. He's messaged. Yeah, I'm cool with it. He's messaged me that some and then hashtagged it like UPS or I'm cool with that. I'll just keep dropping the packages. As long as they catch them, we're good to go.
Dak, you said that Brandon Aubrey deserved his own hype song because he's like a closer. Do you have a hype song? Do you have a go-to song that you play on repeat before a game?
Not a go-to.
Favorite?
What kind of music do you want?
Whichever is your favorite.
I don't even know if I've got a favorite. Started from the bottom, obviously, from Drake. Then I can go Train, Meet Virginia, Drops of Jupiter. I can go country, some Darius Rucker, All Right, Wagon Wheel. I don't know. I can keep going. Very eclectic. Yeah. Very versatile. Very versatile. Yeah. A little Coldplay. I can keep going.
No Shabuzi?
Yeah, Bart Tipsy, of course. That was all.
You guys have individual player introductions before the game. What are your thoughts instead of doing the team thing?
Yeah, well, we did it once in 2020. I want to say maybe a game or two, right? And it was COVID. Wasn't quite the same, so we just went back to that. I'm excited for it. I think it's more for the fans than it is for the players, honestly. Shad had asked the leadership about that, and we kind of flipped it back on him, like, what do you want to do, And he said it, right? It's cool for the players, but also for the fans. And so not much to it, I guess. Just excited the guys get to, get that moment. A lot of guys probably grew up watching the NFL, and that may be their particular, moment that they couldn't wait to get. So to be able to do that, and people have that moment, it's awesome. Thank you, guys.